Did you have a bad time in high school? Did you find refuge in video games? Maybe the NES, if you're a Gen X gamer? Did you? Well, not me. I had a great time in high school. I was popular. I had the best and most funnest car in the world, which is this VW bus. And that's what we're going to talk about. Let's go. Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Today I wanted to tell you a little bit more about my high school life, right? If you guys remember, if you've been here for a while, you remember the Fast Times at Intellivision High at Amico High video that I put out, and how that summer of my sophomore year everything changed, specifically because the beard grew in, right? And my high school was very fun, guys. It was amazingly fun. When I tell you that we set out a goal to have a great time like they did at Fast Times at Ridgemont High, we accomplished it. I graduated with 150 hours of detention left. I'll tell you that story some other time. But yes, it was amazing. And what made it amazing was my VW bus and my NES. This is the Mini right here. And this is what I think about, guys. When I think about the NES and I think about high school, this is what I think about. And I had a great time in high school, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It was fun, fun, fun. You know, if I could have had 10 more years of high school, I probably would have done it. But to me, this VW bus was perfect. I mean, for starters, you know, high school, you know, kids have the morals of gerbils back then. The hormones are raging, right? And this was the perfect vehicle at the perfect time. Right? Why did I want a bus? Of course, because I saw a bus in, you know, Fast Time at Ridgemont High, and my friends and I, that's what we wanted to do. And for the most part, we succeeded, right? We made a party out of high school. We all graduated, by the way. Barely, but we did. I mean, I graduated okay. You know, I wasn't no genius or anything, but it was close for a couple of us there. And my greatest time is when first I actually bought the NES before I bought my car. But when I bought the car, I bought the bus. Now, to my surprise, it came with a with a refrigerator and a bed in the back. And when I first looked at it, right, I was like, what am I gonna do with it? I was like, still kind of dumb, right? And my friend Dave walks in, he goes, "Dude, we're gonna score so much." And I was like, bing. And so it went, man. That thing was a party on wheels. I'm telling you, my friends had better cars, more expensive cars, but everybody knew that my van was the funnest car of them all. Everybody wanted to be there, right? I could take my friends in there. We'd go to the beach. We'd go down to Santa Monica. We'd go to Malibu. We'd go to Venice. Have a great time. Sometimes we just go out there and drink beer. You know, sometimes we go boogie boarding. Sometimes I would take dates on there. They would just want to go, right? And because of that buzz, you know, my social life was exploding. Plus, guys, I worked at the mall. I'm telling you, it was like the stars aligned, and just beautiful ladies were raining out of the sky sometimes. Before social media, the mall was where everybody would meet at, right? So on my breaks, I worked at a cookie shop, and I would have, you know, girls come work there sometimes that, you know, I would date sometimes. Sometimes I would just meet them at the mall, and, you know, and then, you know, we talk about going on the bus, going on trips. It was just great. I mean, because I already, you know, if you guys watch my video of Fast Times at Intellivision High, where I originally spoke about the Amico, you guys remember, because of that summer where I got that older girlfriend, I developed a rep. Plus I had the beard, and it was just, everything was hitting, guys. My friends and I were just popular guys at school. We were having a great time. We were throwing ditch parties. We were throwing parties in general on the weekends. The bus was rocking. I'm telling you, the whole time, guys, was just amazing for me. I mean, high school was memorable for me. And everything for the first time in my life, was looking rosy. You know, after having a childhood that was not the greatest, in high school, everything started turning around. And the two things that made me the happiest were the Nintendo, which I bought first, right? I bought the Nintendo before I bought my car. And then I bought the car. But having these two things in my life were just the pinnacle of happiness for me at that time. It really was. And then having the job, you know, that I had at the mall was making it even better. Because when I started working there, I didn't have a car and I actually had to walk to work. You know, and it's something like 4 miles. I would walk every day. Walk until I saved the money in order to get my vehicle. And it was, guys, I'm telling you, some days I remember, you know, and as I got older, right, and I started having kids, I would just pray to God that my kids weren't like me. I wasn't that successful all the time, but my kids were not as bad as I was because they just weren't by nature, right? But I'm telling you, when I think about the NES, when I think about high school, I know many YouTubers out there talk about how they refuge themselves in the games because things are bad. And even I did that when I was younger. But once it came to high school, once the beard grew in, once I went to work at the mall, and finally when I got my crowning jewel, the funnest, best car that I've ever had, that to this day, it's the best car I've ever had, guys. When I got that VW bus, that was it. Life just came roses to me all the time. And I had a great, great time. You know, and sometimes, as of like 10 years ago, I would still be in contact with, you know, some of the people I dated and, you know, some of my friends in high school. Now everybody's got their own separate ways. But once in a while, we remember those nights in Malibu, those nights in Venice, those nights in Santa Monica, in that good old bus, you know. And when it came to playing the Nintendo, you know, Gradius is something I would play all the time, but I would keep it hidden because, you know, to this day, for my generation, talking about video games, not on YouTube, but just in general, socially, it's not something that you would do. Whether it was, you know, video games or anime, you kept that hidden, right? But having the two things in my life really brought me happiness and really, really made me feel like life was getting better. And for that, I will always, always be grateful to the NES. And man, I'm telling you, once in a while, I think about that van. If they weren't so expensive now, I'd probably get another one. I don't know, man. When the VW bus comes again, I might buy one. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.